Intelligence Committee, but they're trying to make everyone believe that he made this up. And they're trying to say that he doesn't know what he's talking about because he really didn't read the FISA applications. And they keep coming out and they keep saying this, that he has no idea because he really didn't read them. So everything that he's talking about makes no sense. But you have to understand what happened in the background that the corporate media is not telling you. The House Intelligence Committee was repeatedly stonewalled in its request for the documents. They finally struck a deal that one representative and 2 investigators would be permitted to read the documents in a secure room. And Nunes did not send himself. He sent Trey Gowdy, a former federal prosecutor who would best understand the documents and their meanings. That's why Trey Gowdy knows what they say. He understands them. So it's not because, oh, Nunes, he didn't read them, he doesn't understand them. He sent the best qualified person in there to read the documents. And we can see right now that the deep state, the cabal, and these are just the low-lying fruit like Adam Schiff, for instance, they aren't the meat and potatoes of the deep state and cabal. They're on the outer edges, and they're the mouthpieces for them. And Adam Schiff, he is signaling a deep state style attack to provide cover for what is happening right now. And he suggests that there could be another Oklahoma City bombing that could take place because of the FISA memo release. Now, think about what he's saying here. Who's going to do this? Now, I interviewed Cody Snodgrass, and he was approached to do the Oklahoma City bombing. He's a Black Ops operator. You can see this on the X22 Report Spotlight YouTube channel. And we see right now that did he just, and I'm talking about Adam Schiff, did he just threaten the United States, the people of the United States, with a false flag, with some type of an event? It kind of sounds that way. This is how desperate they are getting. Now, Adam Schiff, he has connections with a Ukrainian arms dealer. And it's well documented that this Ukrainian arms dealer does not like Putin, hates Russia. And he is owned and controlled by Igor Pasternak. And Pasternak, who was raised and educated in Ukraine before immigrating to the United States, is a passionate promoter of Ukrainian culture and business. He's been active in both Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. to support increased bilateral ties between the two countries, and has been especially active building awareness of Ukraine's strategic economic importance among members of Congress. Since political protests broke out across Ukraine in late 2013, Pasternak has worked to personally inform and educate members of Congress about the geostrategic importance of Ukraine to European and U.S. security. And we can see that Adam Schiff, guess what? He gets contributions from this individual. And checks are made out to Adam Schiff. So right now, Adam Schiff is in the pocket of Igor Pasternak, and this is why he's out there continually pushing the idea of Russia, 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 because this is what this individual wants. He's also part of the group of the cabal, the deep state, that is also controlling him. Remember, these government employees, they are controlled by other entities, the unelected individuals in government, and they do their bidding. And we can see right now that this individual, Pasternak, well, he was there during the Maidan in 2014. And this was a U.S. CIA-sponsored coup. And we see right now that Adam Schiff, he is very nervous about all of this. And what we're seeing here is that everything is starting to fall apart for the deep state. Because we see a newly released document from the Senate Judiciary Committee says the Steele wrote an additional memo, besides the controversial dossier, using information that came from the Clinton campaign. And this newly released memorandum is an unclassified, heavily redacted version of the criminal referral Targeting Steele, filed on January 4th by Chuck Grassley and Lindsey Graham. It is addressed to Deputy Attorney Rod Rosenstein and Director of the FBI Christopher Wray. The report reveals coordination between the extended Clinton circle and the Obama administration in an attempt to source damaging information about Trump. Now, Trey Gowdy is out there saying that the FBI covered up Hillary Clinton's crucial role in the Trump surveillance. And we see that Trump's attorney right now is saying that they approve a second special counsel to probe the FBI and the Department of Justice. And it looks like the FBI is accused of blocking these details on the Trump dossier, and it looks like they're opening up an investigation and investigating right now the FBI and the Department of Justice, which is going to lead back to Obama, the Clintons, Loretta Lynch, and the rest. All they have to do is follow the paper trail. All they need to do is follow the money. And we can see that they're getting very, very nervous about all of this. Out in North Korea right now, we have North Korea and South Korea. We're getting ready for the Olympics. We see that North Korea will be making its highest level state visit to South Korea since 2014. And we see that Kim Jong-nam, the president of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly, is to lead a delegation of top officials to South Korea ahead of the Winter Olympics. So they're still working on getting together and creating peace. On the other end, we have the cabal and the deep state, and they're still pushing a lot of propaganda to get us into war, to have some type of an event with North Korea. While the Olympics are going to start on the 9th, we have the cabal and the deep state saying that North Korea obtained ballistic missile equipment and technology using its embassy in Berlin. And this is coming from the head of Germany's domestic intelligence agency, Hans Massen. And he's saying that he can't reveal the information, can't reveal the exact technology and the equipment that North Korea procured, but he has good information that this is where they got it. Now, once again, why did they go all the way to Germany to get this? I mean, China is right there. There's other countries where they can get the stuff on the black market. This whole thing seems to be made up. It seems like they're using a lot of propaganda. They decided, let's push this out there. And it's amazing, the timing. It's coming out right before the Olympics. Perfect timing. And we see this is exactly what they do. They push the idea that this is what is really happening. But again, they're not showing us any proof. They're not showing us any facts. They show us no information. They just put it out there on the news cycles, and they want us to believe. We see right now that the U.S. is taking the troops out of Iraq, because once again, Iraq does not want the U.S. troops in there anymore. They're saying there's no need for it. And they are bringing some of them home, and some of them are being transferred over to Afghanistan, because what is happening there, it's a cleanup operation. They're cleaning up everything the intelligence agencies have been doing there. They're getting rid of the poppy fields. They're going after the Islamic State. They're doing the job that they should have been doing all along. But again, the job back then was to not get anything done. Guard the poppy fields. Use the poppy fields. Sell the drugs across the world for covert operations. Keep the war going as long as possible, just like in Syria. That was the name of the game. And we see right now that the deep state, the cabal, they are really backed against the wall. I mean, Adam Schiff right now is coming out and he's threatening what might happen because they already have plans to do something. Now, again, this market coming down might be a small distraction, and we might see the market go up, or it might just lose control and the whole thing just falls apart completely and it's all blamed on Trump. But we can see right now they are getting ready. They're getting ready to do something really, really big. This is why you see the propaganda coming out. And they're going to have to do this very, very soon, because once the investigations start, once they start probing into everything, remember, we're only at the very, very beginning stages of this. This was just let out to the public to get everyone comfortable with what is going on. And then the investigations begin. Because a lot of people still can't believe this is happening. They let the corporate media push the propaganda out there so they can be caught in lies by reporting fake news, just like the Russian collusion. Think about it right now. They've been going on and on and on about Russian collusion, and now it's falling apart. And they mention it here and there, but as you can see, as they start to investigate and they start to find out more information, and this is where the facts come out, this is where the truth comes out. No matter how much propaganda they use, they will never be able to knock down the truth and the facts. They will stand on their own, and they'll have nothing to do. Yes, they'll call the Trump administration names, they'll call these individuals names, they will try to push the emotions of, he's a racist or whatever they're going to do. This is the tactic they usually use. They use emotion to push their message, but that's going to fall apart, because when you have hard documents, when you have the information in front of you, it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they counter with. They can make up whatever they want. The thing is, if you're going to counter something, you're going to have to present the facts. Where did you get it? Where does it lead to? Who signed it? Do you have the real documentation? Because if you're going to use something against real facts and the truth, you're going to have something with substance. And this is where the whole thing falls apart. Yes, they might make up a documentation, but when you analyze it and you look closer, you'll notice that it's fake. And just like with the dossier, people started to realize, now this whole thing's fake. Let's look into this. Where did it come from? Who paid for it? And it started to fall apart. So right now, they have no option left.